Half a century ago, humans went to the moon. The Apollo spacecraft set foot on the moon. However, after the last lunar mission in 1972, humans have not set foot on the moon. It can be said that only Americans have set foot on the moon. Russia, which competed with them during the Cold War, did not show any desire to send humans to the moon. But why this long break? In 1957, the Soviet Union launched the first artificial satellite into space, starting the Soviet-American space race. The two countries were in a frenzy to surpass each other in technology. It can be said that the envy that the beep-beep radio waves of Sputnik on created in the hearts of Americans came to an end. Russia, which had lost the war by defeating the Soviet Union by landing NASA astronauts on the moon in 1969, was no longer immune. For this reason, America did not have to spend less money to win the space war. It had to spend 4% of the federal budget. Perhaps the American people and politicians accepted this huge expense for the sake of competition. So it was unrealistic to spend money on going to the moon regularly just for the sake of shock. Also, after the moon mission, NASA focused on research on low Earth orbit. The result was the current space station ISS. Not only political or economic obstacles, but also the environment of space and the moon were major obstacles. Once the Earth's atmosphere is gone, space is empty. There is an extreme difference in temperature there. Even on the back of the moon, the temperature rises to 127 degrees Celsius during the day and drops to minus 173 degrees at night, which was always challenging. In addition, dust-sized objects hitting the moon's surface at high speed could also cause damage. Previously, moonwalkers had to deal with lunar dust or regolith. Fortunately, during the Apollo missions in the 1960s, the sun was relatively calm. No strong solar storms were generated. As a result, astronauts were not exposed to the intense radiation of the sun. In fact, the missions conducted in the 60s have given space scientists food for thought. At that time, research was conducted on how to make astronauts stay in space safer by facing the challenges they faced. So we just came, we saw, we conquered, and the long-term goal of giving our dream of going beyond the moon and setting foot on Mars is to